Hi everyone, welcome to Between Two Mammoths. I'm out here today on Webster Circle in front of Morris Pratt Dormitory with Lukas Luby-Prikot, class of 2026, and the president of the Amherst Political Union. APU, Amherst Political Union, was founded in 1936 to foster nonpartisan political discourse here on campus. Lukas, welcome to Between Two Mammoths.
Thank you, it's a pleasure to be here.
Tell me a little bit first about how you got involved in APU and what led you to be so interested in civic engagement.
We have the Democrats, we have the Republicans, but APU is a special place. It's where you can come to freely and openly debate ideas and discussions and history and come to an understanding with your peers about what politics means to you and to those around you. And so I was really drawn to APU from a strong foundation in debate and history as a place to express myself. And as I took more and more sort of ownership of my own ideas in that space, I got interested in leadership, and so I just applied and slowly worked my way up to president.
That's terrific. Tell me a little bit more how you think about the benefits of engaging in this kind of political discussion for people who are young and in the process of getting their educations.
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing more valuable than open discussion and open debate, especially in a democracy with civil liberties like we have in the United States. To be an informed citizen means to be somebody who has that sort of epistemic humility, that you can be fallible and that you can come to a better definition of the good and just. And that's a place that APU creates for you on campus. That's the kind of space that we are. We're dedicated to open debate, we're dedicated to open discussion, and we really do believe in the principle of good ideas.
So political discussions can, of course, be divisive and confrontational. How do you negotiate that in APU?
You're right. It's a difficult time for politics in America, and that's certainly an issue. I mean, there's been record political violence, and that's one of the topics of discussion that we often come back to is why is it getting worse? And luckily, APU hasn't had such a big problem with this, but we make it very clear that when people come in, there are some political perspectives that you must bring with you, that everyone is equal in dignity, and that everyone should be treated with respect. We don't tolerate attacks on personal character. We try to keep it to ideas and facts. We've had some really excellent and outstanding fact and value-based debate about really sensitive topics. We've even tackled Israel-Palestine with respect and parties having left feeling like they gained something.
That's tremendous. Now, tell me more about the kinds of things APU does on campus, and maybe especially as we are in election season. We're filming this in early October. What kinds of things you might be doing around and up to the election? Yeah,
sure. So as is traditional throughout the entire political calendar, we hold weekly discussions on current event topics. So like we've held a discussion on the Lebanon invasion when that began earlier this week, about the meaning of Trumpism and the future of the Republican Party. And then on top of that, because this is an election year, we're trying to host debate watch parties so that people can meet the candidates in that way and discuss afterwards with their friends and so on, and just have general access to that kind of civic engagement. We've also hosted congressional candidates for office in Massachusetts to come and speak with people, because I think it's really important that you not only encounter these people online or through media, but get to meet them yourselves.
That's great. Let's talk for a second to close out about something you do off campus. One of the things I know about you from our previous discussions about is that you're an avid fisherman, correct?
Certainly am. Big time fly fisherman, yeah.
So how did you get interested in that, and have you found any place to do it around here?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked. So my grandfather was a fly fisherman back in the day, and I grew up driving to Colorado every summer. And on his wall, there would be these pictures of huge cutthroat trout. But as a result of his service in the Second World War, he was in a wheelchair by the time I knew him. So he just sort of told me, go west, young man. And so I did, and I picked up a fly rod when I was like 11. And I remember catching this like 18-inch rainbow trout in the heart of like near Grand Junction somewhere in the Colorado. And I've just been hooked ever since. And
Fantastic.
Around here, we do have a fly fishing club, which is one of my other responsibilities on campus. And you can go to Amethyst Brook, Puffer's Pond, all the usual hotspots.
Well, Lukas Luby-Prikot, political enthusiast, major in computer science and Russian, is that correct?
Computer science, political science, and Russian.
And avid fly fisherman. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.